Hello everyone, my name is Mukesh and today I'm here to share my knowledge and I'm going to teach you mango passion fruit curd tart. So basically the theme is mango. Okay, so here first we go through the ingredients and then I will talk about the tart. As everyone knows, tart is a sweet baked dish with the fillings over the sweet pastry. Okay, so here what ingredients we have for to make a mango curd is mango puree. We have a passion fruit, we have a egg yolk, we have a castor sugar and butter. This is for one recipe, and another recipe we have flour, butter, icing sugar, eggs and vanilla essence. This is for sweet paste. Okay, so sweet paste is basically biscuit base, what I am going to make today. So as a procedure, everyone knows there's a many tarts. Okay, there's a mango tart, there's a passion fruit tart, there's a fresh fruit tart as well. So basically the basic ingredients is the same for the biscuit base, that is sweet paste. So I'm going to make first mango curd, mango passion fruit curd. Why? Because it takes lots of time and it will be taking less time for me. So I go for this. So making this, what you require, you need a induction, you need a one small saucepan and the bigger bowl on top so that steam doesn't travel inside. Okay. So for that, what I do, I will put mango puree inside. So here is the mango puree. Now I will add the passion fruit puree. And I'll add the sugar. I'll add the butter as well. So butter you can take soft, or if it is melted butter as well, you can use melted butter. So here if you can see we have a soft butter because it will automatically melt inside of the mixture. So I will turn on the induction. Here you can see the water. Okay, it should boil and the steam will heat up the bowl, and then I'll cook on the steam bowl. So let me mix this one. Once the temperature goes above like 50 degree and all, then I will be adding the egg yolk inside, which is the thickening agent, and then it become thick.
Chef, we have a question. What can we use instead of eggs?
If you don't have egg, then if you don't have egg, then you can use maybe the custard powder or starch you can add with. Okay, so that is the replacement for egg yolk right now.
Also, there's a question asking, are the purees fresh?
No, the puree is not fresh. Why we don't take fresh puree? Because it depends on the fruits. Maybe sometime what happens, one day you take a fruit, it's sour, another day it's a sweet. The consistency will be not there. Better you take a puree. The puree is throughout the year will be same consistency, and your dessert will not fluctuate. The taste will not fluctuate at all, and you will not get the complaints. So basically, you should use the puree. You can use fresh fruits also making puree, but as I said, maybe if you are using for yourself, it goes fine. But if you are making for the customer, I would suggest you use the puree only. Don't use the fresh one. Side by what I will do here. Are you able to hear me, all of you? You can thumbs up on your message so that I will come to know. Here we have a butter, flour, icing sugar and eggs. So there's a two way to make a sweet paste. One is creaming method, another is rubbing method. So I will go rubbing method because we have a short time. So rubbing method, what you do here, you add all the butter inside. So butter, if you see, I have chopped nicely. It's not a big chunks, it's a small chunks, so that it will be easy for me to mix. Okay. So here first I add the butter, then I will add the sugar. So I didn't use castor sugar because I need immediately. You can use the powdered sugar, no problem. So all the dry ingredients with the butter, and I'll start mixing in the slow speed. So I'm not going to add eggs right now. I will add eggs later once it's crumble in texture. Then I will add the eggs, and I will keep mixing till the time it doesn't form dough. Once it's formed dough, then I will take it out. Butter, you have to use cold butter if you are going for rub-in method, because it's a quick process, fast process. Once you keep your dough in the fridge for resting, then only you are able to line it. So that time it will help you because the temperature is already down. So for a while you have to keep in the chiller. You just take it out, immediately you can line your tart. If you go creaming method, then it's a long process. Creaming method means the temperature will reach above like 35 or 36, 38 degrees centigrade. Then you have to put in the chiller. You have to cool down your dough, and then you have to sheet it. So better you go with cold butter. So I'll just wait here. So here you can see it's already steaming. The steam is coming out. You can use whisk as well if you want, so that there's no lumps.
Sir, there's a question asking, can we use fresh cream instead of eggs in the sweet paste?
Yes, you can use. You can use same amount. You can use. If you are making eggless, definitely you can use. Okay, so I'll keep mixing in between here. If you want to make your life a bit easy, if the puree is too thin, you can just reduce it a bit. Like a passion fruit puree is too thin, so you can reduce a bit and then you add. So here the time will be less. Time will take less to cook the curd. Basically, to thicken it, it will be easier for you. Okay. Now you can see here it's almost to reach the crumble. So okay, it takes a bit time because the butter is cold. So now it's fine. Now I will add the eggs inside as a binding agent. So I add my eggs here inside, and now you can see it's combining very well. And remember, don't mix too much. You should not form the gluten. If it is formed gluten, then your tart will be too hard to eat. So now I will go a little slow. Okay, side by side I will mix here. I will change the spatula and the whisk. And here, if you are able to see me, the dough is ready. Okay, so no need to mix too much. Is that? Can everyone hear me? Is there any? Just one second. No? Coming. Okay, so here I'll keep mixing it. Now I can see the butter is already melted here fully and it's become like a liquid. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now you can see here there's no butter lumps inside, all butter has been melted. This is the time when you add the egg yolk. So before adding egg yolk, we just mix the egg yolk nicely with a small whisk. Mix it nicely so that there's no lumps form inside of the mixture. Okay, and then I will temper here and mix it nicely again. So there's less chances to form the lumps. Okay, so then I will add it back.
If we're using custard powder, what quantity do you add instead of eggs?
Okay, so then custard powder you have to put around for this recipe I suggest around 20 gram. Yeah, and then you have to see the thickness, how much thick you need. If it is thin, then you can add a bit more. If it is thick, then alright. So it purely depend on your what exactly you are making. You want to pipe, then it has to be little thick. If you are making tart, little thin, it works. So now I'll keep cooking here. Side by side, I will line the tarts. So here, now you can see the dough. Okay, so I will take out this dough. Just bind it. I didn't mix too much inside of the machine bowl because I don't want to form the gluten like this. Okay, and for this what you need is parchment paper, or you have butter paper, you can use butter paper as well. So here I will fold it like this into two parts. Open it and just keep in the center like this. See why right now I am doing immediately, because my dough is cold. Okay, so I can line this one. So you can use rolling pin. If you don't have a like this rolling pin, you can use maybe any PVC pipe. Okay, so you hold this side, take half mixture and push other side. Same, turn it towards other side and then you push it like that. Half like that. So you can don't go this way. If you go this way, then you will get like this wrinkles, thick and thin, all the waves will come. So better you just push like this, but make sure the surface is hard. So I use marble here, one piece, so that the thickness of my sweet paste is same. Like this. Okay, this way. Guys, if you have any questions, please ask.
Chef, can you repeat the sable process and the passion fruit curd process?
Okay.
Because the video was paused in between.
Okay.
People are asking.
So, sable basically there's a two way to make the biscuit base. One is creaming method, another is rubbing method. So, creaming method, you have to cream the butter and sugar. You have to mix the butter and cream. Then add slowly inside, gradually, and then the dry ingredients. Okay, and then you make a dough. Once you form the dough, you just take it out and put inside of the parchment paper or maybe cling wrap or maybe Ziploc bag, and you just make it flat, put in the chiller. That thing you have to definitely chill it. You just cannot use like this immediately. But however, I went rubbing method. I use cold butter, so my dough is formed. Okay, so immediately I put inside of the parchment paper and I just seat it. So rubbing method is basically you have to put everything inside, all the dry ingredients along with the butter. And once it's become crumbly, then you have to add eggs. And then once it's formed the dough, immediately you have to take it out, mix little bit, and then you sheet it. Okay, so basically the thickness of this sweet paste is 3 mm approximately. Like this, then I will put in the chiller. So what I will do, I will use the base of the chiller, the flat base down. I will not put in the grill because it takes too much of time to cool down. So the base is flat, it's chilled, and it will be fast for me to work out. Okay, so I'll put in the chiller, then I will line the tart. By the time I'll talk about the procedure. About the lemon curd tart, the procedure, what I did, I add all the puree here, mango puree, passion fruit puree, sugar and butter. I cooked until the butter is not melt. Once the butter is melt, then I add the egg yolk. So what I did, the egg yolk I mixed separately. Then I tempered the egg yolk with the puree and butter's mixture. Then again I put it back and I start cooking again. Okay, so it will take at least half an hour for you to cook properly. Okay, so this tart is really tasty. Number one, there is the mango puree. You will get a very good punch of mango flavor, and in the last you will get the flavor of passion fruit. Once you finish your tart, that tangy taste. So basically, the curd, whatever curd is been made, that is made with a citrus fruit. Could be orange, could be lemon. You can change puree. If you entire puree you replace with the lemon, it will become lemon curd. The entire puree you replace with the orange, it will become orange curd. So that's how you just replace the puree and the tart will change with the flavor. So you can see here it's start thickening from the side. So you should please do not mix continuously like this. You should not do that. Why? Because from the side you should allow your side and then just scrub it. Just scrub it. If you keep mixing, it will take too much of time for you to cook. It will thick, but it will take too much of time. So what I do, I just give around 2 minutes and then I mix it. I just scrub the side. It's like I'm making ice cream. Okay, that way. Okay, so here the tart. I'm going to use this tart, the perforator one. Okay, so if you see the tart, there's this types of tart. This is the classic one. Okay, this is called tart only, tart mold. Okay, but the modern way is this. So I'm going to use the modern way, this one, not this one. But you can use, if you have this one available, it's easily available in the market, I think so. You have a small one, you have a big one, so you can use this one. Okay, so make sure here if you see it's already closed. Better you buy the base one, which you can easily push up, and it will be very easy for you to remove your tart from the tart mold. Okay, it takes a little bit time for you to remove, or sometimes if the tart is not the sweet paste is not placed properly or the tart is not cleaned properly, it will stuck on the base. So it may give you a little bit of trouble sometime. Otherwise, some of the chefs I have seen, they just grease with the oil or maybe the butter and then they start lining, so that safer side they can use it. Okay, here I will be using this, and you can see the small ring as well. That is for the base. Okay, so I'll put a one piece from the side and another piece as a base inside. So that's why I'm using these two parts. Okay, for this what you need now? I need I'm using one piece of parchment paper, and I'll keep my tart on top of this, like this. Then I will line it and place it here. So it's easy for me to demold. Okay. If you have a silpad, you can use silpad as well. So it's purely depend on your availability of in your kitchen. Okay. So I'll check my sweet paste if it is hard. So if you see here, it's start thickening. Okay.
Could vanilla essence also be added to your mango?
Yes, you can add from vanilla essence. You can add. Yes, definitely you can add. If you have a mango essence, some of the chef they use mango essence as well. Okay, oil base. So the flavor will enhance. The flavor will enhance. Okay, but yes, vanilla. If you want to use vanilla essence, however, I'm using egg yolk. Of course you can. But there's the passion fruit which is strong flavor. I think I will be not able to get the egg yolk smell or eggs smell and all. Okay.
And also, if you don't want to use passion fruit puree, mango with other puree.
For other puree, you can use lemon. Basically, if you use only mango flavor, it will be too sweet for you. So that's why I use passion fruit. I want a little bit of sourness there. Okay. So here, if you see, it's already set. Okay. So skin. Thank you. So like this. And I'll just remove this one. So here you can, it's a little bit of soft right now, but it's okay. You can use it. So just press it nicely and remove the excess dough from the tarts. We don't need too thick tart. Okay, I just remove the excess dough. Again, I will press it, and you can change the side if you want. I just want to remove the excess one. Like this. Good. And another ring, I will just, okay, I'll just keep in the chiller. As you see now, it's a little bit of soft, so I'm able to remove it. I think so. Okay, perfect. So here we just press it from the okay, like this. Then I'll keep in the chiller for a while just to set the tart like this. Okay, I'll keep in the chiller. Just keep in the freezer. And rest of the dough you can just mix it again and keep it. You can store it and you can use next time as well. Like this. Just make it flat. Don't make like this and keep inside, because for thawing it will take too much of time. So better you just make it flat and keep inside the parchment paper or cling wrap or Ziploc bag. Okay, I'll store for a while like this. Any questions, please, you can ask me. So please have a look here. Now you can see that the curd is already thickened. Okay. So you can see it's getting thick. Okay. So side by side what I did, just to save our time, we already baked one tart cell, which is this, okay, inside of this, and you can see it should be brown in color, okay, like this. So baking I will show you in a while. The temperature is 165 degrees centigrade. We baked it and for like 15 minutes, okay. So baking was first blind baking. Baking I will show you. I'm going to put that one for baking, but just to show you, we baked it 15 minutes. 10 minutes I put with the blind baking, and then I removed the chickpea from here, and 5 minutes more I baked it, and then I waited till the color is not brown inside of the tart. If the moment you remove the chickpea, the color of this sweet paste from inside will be white, which we don't require. We need brown. If it is brown, it will be more crunchy and crispy, basically. Okay. Then I dust the micrio. Micrio is cocoa butter. Okay, to retain the crunchiness. Okay. The thing is, when I will fill the passion fruit curd inside, it will absorb the moisture. The moment your sweet paste will absorb the moisture, it becomes soggy. The tart will become soggy. So what I did, when I baked, as soon as I bring here my tart, immediately I dust the cocoa butter powder. Okay, so this is the cocoa butter. You can see the micrio powder form. Okay, so this one I sieved inside, and the tart was hot. It already absorbed the cocoa butter, and now it's cooled. So this method is, and this trick is basically used not to get the soggy of your tart. You need your tart to be crispy. That's why. Okay, and side by side I have made curd also, because this curd I cannot use right now. I have to freeze it at least 2 hours. Once it's set, because the butter is there, it will set, and egg yolk is there. It will set, then you can pipe. So here you can see it's a very nice thick and shiny batter. Okay, so you can see it should be like this. The consistency should be like this. It shouldn't be too thick, shouldn't be too thin, shouldn't be runny. It's like a soup paste batter, like that. Okay, so here what I will do, first I will clean the edge. So for that you should have one sieve, and you just clean it. The edge has to be flat, so that your tart looks nice and beautiful. Okay, so I'm just removing the excess sweet paste which came on top of the edge of the tart, like this. Now it's flat. Now you can see it's flat. Okay, this is what I need. So I'll use the base here, and the excess, you can see the excess sweet paste already came down here. Okay, so next step. So what I will do, will pipe the passion fruit curd, mango and passion fruit curd inside of the tart. So I'm using here the plain nozzle. If you don't have a nozzle, no problem at all. You can just fill the piping bag and just chop it, and then you can pipe. Okay. So here you don't have any tension for air bubbles and all. So here I will pipe. So I'll go from the center. And pipe it round and round and round like this. Don't fill too much. If you fill up too much, then when you arrange the mangoes, it will come out. Okay, so I have sliced mangoes as well. If you have any questions, please ask me, so that it will be easy to make communication.
So again, if you could just repeat the process of how you made the passion fruit curd.
Good. Okay, so let's come here again. So for making passion fruit curd, you can see there's the mango puree, passion fruit puree, egg yolk, sugar and butter. What I did, I put mango puree, passion fruit puree, sugar and butter together, and then I start. Okay, but it has to be on the steam. Okay, basically double boiler. Okay, once the butter has been melted, I mix the egg yolk separately, and then I temper with the puree and put it back, and then you keep cooking it in slow medium heat. Okay, so now you can see it's become thick. Okay. So basically, you should not whisk it, or you should not disturb it. Regularly. You have to just give some time for your curd to cook and set from the side, and then you keep mixing it. That's all you have to do. Okay. If you keep mixing, then it will take too much of time for you to thicken your mixture. Okay. So now you see it's your passion fruit and mango curd is been thick. What you have to do now, it's already cooked, it's done, it's ready already. Okay, so you can see the consistency. Okay, it's not a pouring consistency. Okay, it's like a dropping. Once you keep in the chiller, then it will be thick because of the butter and egg yolks. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so you can see the consistency again one more time. Okay, once it's getting cold, you can see here it's not falling so fast, it goes very slowly. Okay, so it's ready. Okay, so now we'll arrange the mangoes. Can you show me the tarts? It's ready, so that I can show them the baking. Okay. Okay, so here if you see now the tart is cold. Yeah, I can easily lift it. Just press it from the side, no need to stick anything else. It will stuck automatically. Press it like that, that's all. Okay, So what you have to do? We have to do the blind baking. For blind baking, you need a cling wrap. And just remove it. That's all. And then you put the chickpea, whatever you have in your house. We can use, here we use chickpea. So you can use the pulses and all. Some of the chefs, they use atta also, or maida. It works. Here you should not make this one tight. Make sure it's loose. Once it goes in the oven, it will automatically become tight. So very gentle, that's all. And we bake it 165 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes. So in 10 minutes, I'll remove this one. Okay, this is called blind baking. Okay, because there's nothing inside of this tart right now. Whatever we fill, that is only for to retain the shape of the tart. Okay, so we'll bake it. By the time I'll do the arrangement of the okay, here. It's already pre-cut. So slices you have to make thin. It depends how you want to arrange. So here I'll start from the center. Then you go round, round, round. Like a flower. Okay, so arrangement is purely depend on the chef how they want to do it. So initially it will be little difficult for you to arrange, and later it will be easier because the slices easily you can bend them. So is there any questions, please?
Which mangoes are we using here?
Mangoes.
Which variant of mango are we using?
Okay. Banganpalli. Oh, this one is the Banganpalli, the bigger one. Yeah. But you can use whatever mango is available in your city. You can use Alfonso. You can use Sinduri and some other mangoes also. But here we are using the Banganpalli. It's a long one, the bigger one. What else? So here I'll show you how I cut the mangoes like that, and you just go the lengthwise like that. So initially I took the thinner one because I have to bend them a lot. Now the side one I can cut little thicker also, little bit.
Chef, can we replace the tart in the egg recipe? Egg in the tart recipe?
You can replace, but here like a sweet paste, then you have to use, instead of egg you can use cream. And for the lemon curd, you can use this thing. What was the question actually?
Can we replace
Can
eggs in the tart
replaced
recipe?
in the tart recipe?
Yes.
Okay. And also, if for one is baking the tart in the oven at 180 degrees, what time will it take? Like, what time should the oven be set to?
Okay, so oven has to be preset. Okay, so here I'm baking 165 degrees centigrade. Okay, so 15 minutes your oven has to be preset before baking. You should not run later, because then what will happen, your thing is ready and it will be too late for you. So whenever you do the baking, make sure the oven is preheat. So you can put, I put 15 minutes right now. So you can put 15 minutes. It depends on oven also sometime, you know. Some of the ovens is slow, some of the oven is fast. So depend what oven you are using. Maybe you are using OTZ. So you have to see the temperature, which temperature is suitable for your sweet paste. Maybe low or higher, depend on the heat or your ovens, basically. That's all, it's done. And what I will do here, we have a cold glaze. This is called fruit glaze. Okay, so I'm going to use the fruit glaze. Why I use fruit glaze? Make so that you know the tart, the fruits is shiny and fresh. Okay, it looks fresh, and when you eat, even it's more tasty, because the glaze has been made for the glaze has been made with the sugar and liquid glucose, and it will retain on the fruits for long time. Okay, like if you are making your tart morning and you want to keep in the fridge, or you want to use in the evening, you just put the glaze, and the freshness will remain for long. Basically, that's why you have to use the glaze, and you can sprinkle a little bit of pistachio, just break the color basically, and you can use the mint leaf as well. Okay, and some of the chef they use the gold leaf as well, just for the presentation, for the garnish.
Chef, can we add microgreens for garnish on top?
Yes, of course you can use microgreens. You can use anything green, you can use it. It will look nice like this. The arrangement you can do as per your choice. If you want to arrange in different way, you can.
Anything to replace the cocoa butter powder?
Cocoa butter powder, yes, you can replace. You know, some of the chef, you know what they do, they use frangipani, which is called almond cream also. They just put almond cream on the base and then they bake it again. Basically, first they do blind baking, and then they put the frangipani, which is almond cream in the base, and again they bake it. Okay, so basically the base will become like a spongy, and that will absorb the moisture of your lemon curd, or maybe your mango passion fruit curd. If not almond cream, then you can use the muffin batter also. Thin, but very thin and not thick, otherwise it will become a cupcake. Okay, it should be very thin on the base, that's all. Some of the chef, they use chocolate also, melted chocolate. If they have available, they melt the chocolate and then they apply on the tart inside, so that the tart remain crispy for long. So you can use these tricks. Anything else? Yeah. So, any questions, please?
If you have to make the fruit glaze at home, what are the ingredients that you could make it at home?
Okay, so then you have to make a sugar syrup and liquid glucose. You should have these two ingredients. You just cannot apply sugar; it will be too sweet for you, and sometime you know what happens. The sugar will just dissolve. So what do? You should have a sugar syrup, and you should have a liquid glucose. So you can just boil the sugar syrup and add liquid glucose. 1:2. So basically the liquid glucose has to be more and sugar syrup has to be less. So then you go with this consistency. You can apply. Okay, and then if you have a pectin, so you can use little bit of pectin also. You can thicken with that also. That is nice. Very less. Okay. Okay. I'm just waiting to show you the tart. Let me check the tart once it's baked and I'll show you.
So
And-
what would be the quantity of custard powder if you are adding in place of egg for the curd?
Okay, I said for this recipe you can use around 20 gram. So 20 to 30, you just take it in that way. So depend on your how much thick you need your custard. Okay, according of that. Like a pastry cream. For pastry cream for 1 liter of milk, you use around 60 or 40 or 30 gram of custard powder. So for this, I suggest you use just 20 to 30 grams in between. 30 grams if you need a piping consistency, you can use it. Because initially it will be thin, but once it's cooled down, it will become thick like a pastry cream.
Chef, someone has asked, can we use cream cheese in the tart?
No. No need to. Okay. Anything else? No? So recipe is here, you can see. If you have any questions, please you can ask me.
And if you're adding cream in the tart in place of eggs, what quantity would that be?
Cream, I think you should not add cream. If you add cream, you cannot thicken it.
No, in the tart.
Oh, in the tart. Oh, okay, you are talking about the tart. It's sweet pastry, basically. She is asking about sweet pastry. Yes, you can use same amount. Same amount. Whatever is written in the recipe, 50 grams, you can add. Yeah.
Okay, can you use white chocolate in like for a tart base?
Base, you can. You can add. But very thin, it shouldn't be thick, thin. You just melt it, no need to temper, just melt it and just apply it with a brush.
Were the purees that we use were fresh purees?
Sorry?
The purees that we use, were they fresh?
No, it's not a fresh puree, okay? It's a canned purees. I mean, ravi fruits, so that we use here.
And if you have to make your own passion fruit puree, how do you do it at home?
Oh, that is, you have to cut it and then you have to remove the seeds and then little bit you cook it and that's all. But the thing is here, when the puree processing is totally different, they check the citrus in the fruits, then they check the sweetness in the fruits and then accordingly they blend it. That is how they does it, okay? But making at home, we really don't know the taste of the other people's. Okay, maybe it's too sweet for you. Maybe the other person will not like it. So I would suggest you better you go for the canned puree, not the fresh puree. For your consumption you can do it, but not the customer, I believe.
Also, could the compotes be used? Can we use compotes?
Compotes for tart.
I don't know if he's asking for tart, filling, or decoration garnish.
You're asking for filling, or please can you?
Just be clear with the question.
Can we use compote for the tart?
Yeah, we can use compote for the tart. Tart is like an empty cell. You can fill anything. You can fill ganache. You can fill compote. You can fill some other stuff also. It's okay. Tart is always, Any questions? Okay, so here I'll remove the paper and this is my base. Okay. So
Okay, could the compote also be used for a tart filling?
yes. You can use compote, you can use jam. It's up to you. But for that you have to make a small tarts, like a bite size. Will be better. So anything else?
Chef, what would be the shelf life of this tart?
Okay, so shelf life of this tart is a day, 1 day. Okay, if you 1 or 2 days you can keep, but I suggest you 1 day is enough. You should not go more than 1 day because the tart becomes soggy. Okay, so if you made morning, if you have made the tart in the morning, maybe till evening you should consume it. Okay, you should not keep for long time in the freezer or chiller. Otherwise the problem is only one: your tart shell will become soggy. That's all, nothing else. The taste remain as it is, but only the tart shell will become, the sweet paste will become soggy. So the crunch you will not get, the crunch or your crispiness you will not get. Any other questions? Okay, so here I will show you the tart. You can see we just baked it. Okay, but that color is little light. Okay, it will take little more time to bake. Okay, just now we remove the blind one, this thing, chickpea from inside. You can see. Okay, so what I will do, I will just keep 5 more minutes inside like this without chickpea, without blind baking. And once the color is little brown inside, then I'll take it out and fill the passion fruit and mango curd inside and make same like I've shown you. Okay, so this is the baking.
So what's the total time that the tart should be baked?
It depends. Actually, it should be ready in 15 to 20 minutes. Blind baking. Okay, in 10 minutes you just remove the pulses or maybe the chickpea, whatever you put inside, you just remove it and put for 5 minutes more. That's all. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask me. You have 1 more minutes. Done? Okay, thank you very much being live with me, and we'll see you in next session. Thank you. Thanks a lot.